I'm joined now by Professor Eric Kaufmann from the University of Buckingham. Eric has been an academic for 24 years in the mostly woke field of academia, but now finds himself in the oasis of free speech at the University of Buckingham. And he has just started a new course which teaches students about the perils of woke culture, which is something that we at ADH is dear to our hearts. Now, Eric, tell us, just to get started, tell us about how bad or how badly or how much in danger is Western civilization these days from the forces of wokeness?
Well, I think that essentially the values of what I call cultural liberalism, free speech, equal treatment, objective truth, all of that is in danger, mainly because of the rise of a new generation that doesn't believe as strongly in those views and privileges other values, namely equal outcomes between identity groups and also not psychologically harming or in the most microscopic way members of those groups. Those are more important values than those older value, Enlightenment values. And as they become the majority in the workforce and the voters, they have the capacity to overturn that long Enlightenment tradition.
So where does egalitarian come into this? Because, I mean, I spoke to Peter Hitchens earlier, and he was talking about the demise of grammar schools, which were one of the great egalitarian projects of post-war British society, which made a good education available to everyone. And forces that claimed to be egalitarian were the ones behind the destruction of that. Now, woke people think that they're egalitarian as well because they offer, rights for, one-legged lesbians and so on. Now, that's a paradox, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, but I guess it's this shift from equal treatment but unequal outcomes to, unequal treatment to get equal outcomes, right? Yeah. So you're using the same word, equality, but you're changing it from sort of a process and procedure to something that is an end in itself. And that is the shift that I call a shift from cultural liberalism to cultural socialism. And then we're in a period where cultural socialism becomes the dominant value in institutions and amongst young people. And that's kind of what we're fighting against.
Yeah, and cultural socialism is a race to the bottom. I can't remember who said it, but someone once said, if everyone is free, then they are not equal, and if everyone is equal, then they are not free.
Exactly, and so we're trading one set of values that emphasizes freedom as more important than equal outcomes to the other set of values that says if you've got any race gap, gender gap in incomes in anything, then you've obviously, we're going to have to re-engineer society. We're going to have to restrict your freedom